Well, hot dog! How come they don't teach you that stuff in school? They want to teach you what X or what Y is, but oh my goodness. I was today years old when I figured out that I could take the forks off of my tractor. And I can use it as a spotting hitch. So the first little bit of this is just me splitting some wood, still using the Picaroon that I got last year. I really enjoy that Picaroon. Makes the work a lot easier, not quite so much bending over. Sometimes I'll still bend over and pick up the rounds, but a lot of the time, most of the time I just use that Picaroon now. It doesn't always get stuck the first time. Sometimes I have to take a second whack at it, just like you just saw, but still enjoy it. So I'm just trying to get things cleaned up this is right where my garden area is going to get expanded, and I need to get things going here real soon so that I can get my raised beds built and get some plants growing this year. So this is just another angle of the same job, just splitting firewood. I really do like my Champion 34-ton wood splitter. Works great for me. It's not one of the big machines that a lot of people will have that can do a lot of firewood all at once. It's not a high production wood splitter, but it does the job for me, for sure. So my goal each year is to have my firewood done by the end of May. So that means that I have my wood crib filled with firewood, and I also have Marissa's side filled with firewood. Now this year we're just going to let Marissa's side go. She still has probably 2 more cord of firewood set up that we had done last year. We want to get you through that. We don't want it to sit and rot, so we're going to let that one go. So all I have to do is worry about my side, and then everything else that I collect over the year will be put underneath tarps and just stored up so that maybe next year I don't have to worry about firewood at all. Right now it's perfect weather for doing the firewood. It's not blazing hot, and there are no mosquitoes out yet. So right now is the perfect time to get it done. Get the firewood done before the mosquitoes get out and before the sun comes and bakes you while you're trying to work. And most of the time I would be splitting this right into a wheelbarrow so that I could go stack it right after, but right now I have a bunch of lumber right behind where I'm at, blocking a wheelbarrow from getting into where the wood splitter is. I'm just trying to get started on cleaning up just a mess where last fall I was throwing these rounds back here, and I built that pile of lumber in front of my wood splitter so that it didn't suddenly disappear on me one night. So Yeah, now I'm just kind of getting things cleaned up, starting to get things cleaned up and ready to go so that I can get my garden area expanded and make a little bit more room for a bigger garden in the future. And I'm telling you, having that picaroon just saves your back so much. You'll just be able to toss it right up onto the wood splitter, bring it all over real close to the wood splitter, lickety split just like that. If you don't have a picaroon, I recommend investing in one. It certainly does save my back. And I'd have to say the same thing for the wood splitter. I used to be the type of person that would say I'd never buy a wood splitter, but man, I sure am glad I bought a wood splitter. I'm glad I put the money down and got one, because it makes your firewood getting and handling so much easier, so much better. Some of this spruce stuff, when you go to split it with a splitting maul or a hatchet or an axe, yeah, you'd almost kill yourself trying to get it to split. So many knots and it gets so tight. So that's another good investment if you have the money and the means to get yourself a wood splitter. You don't have to get this bigger one. Get something that's going to work for you though. And anytime one of the neighbors pays you a visit, it's always a good idea to stop and visit with them for just a little while. It kind of helps break up the chores just a little bit. I think I figured out a new trick for my forks that I never knew existed. I don't know why it took me this long to figure out, but I do believe I can take those forks off. All I have to do is slide the forks over to that notch, and I do believe those forks will come off. That will be so nice, because then I can use that I bought at a garage sale to move my wood splitter. That'll be a huge saver for me for time and energy. I know I have the hitch on the back of the tractor, but I need to get a deeper drop on it in order to be able to get underneath that wood splitter. So I'm gonna go get the grapple off the front of my tractor, come over here, lift this up, and see if that is true. It's a good thing I'm not so old that I can't still learn a new trick. Holy cow, this is gonna be a lifesaver. Well, hot dog, how come they don't teach you that stuff in school? And Keone always says, you can't forget about me. You have to play with me all summer long. Look at the poor sad puppy dog. She says, you've neglected me all day today. Well, bring it here. I'll get it at least once. How about that? Hey, get back. Ready? There you go. Are you happy now? Huh? Are you happy now? Don't run into the blade. Definitely made some progress today. Got this cleaned out. I can now get in there with my tractor. A lot of that's just junk wood, dead, rotten stuff that's no good for even firewood. I will go through, pick through it, get the firewood out, and everything else I'm just gonna pile down in the lower part and eventually light it on fire. But I don't want to light it on fire here just because I want to be able to get some other things done. It is already May 10th and I need to get things ready to plant my potatoes. Because my upper, where I have my garden last year, that's all going to change. All of it. The greenhouse right there is going to go away. Those beds are going to move. This summer I plan on building a full greenhouse, probably 10 foot deep from 10 foot this way, and it'll be 16 feet long. And I have the materials to build that for like the plastic and stuff. The only thing I don't have is the lumber milled. So I have a couple milling jobs to do before I can mill for myself. But I probably won't be taking any more milling jobs this year, just so I can catch up on my own stuff. Because I keep telling myself I'm gonna do a chicken coop. For 3 years since I had that sawmill, I keep telling myself I'm gonna make a new chicken coop. And every year I just get so busy milling for everybody else that I don't get it milled for myself. So the jobs that I already have, the people I have lined up to help out with lumber, I'm definitely going to do that. But past that, I'm not going to take any more jobs this year. At least not big ones. If somebody needs a single beam or something milled, I can easily do that. But I have to get my own stuff taken care of as well. And Kara helped me really big time today. Me and her worked together, and we got this area cleaned up. All this is where the slabs were from my weekend milling job, my last week's milling job. I had my wood splitter was back there as well, and I'll show you a little bit of a clip of what it looked like before when I took some video when I was running the wood splitter, splitting the solid logs or the solid rounds for firewood, getting those split up. I had a big pile right here where that propane bottle is sitting. I had a big pile here. We got the slabs cut up and stacked. And we got the wood that I split yesterday. We got it all stacked up. You know, it was really funny because Kara was doing the stacking and I was cutting it, and she was stacking it faster than I could cut it on for the slabs. She was stacking that stuff up really quick, and so made quick work of it, having a helping hand. Got that done. Now I just got to clean up that mess. A lot of logs and stuff that have been there, or just pieces of wood and stuff that's been sitting there for 5 or 6 years. And I was originally just going to let them rot where they are and cover them with dirt, but now they're in my way. I need to get my garden area done this year, and so things are. I always change my mind. I don't know what's wrong with me. Make more work for myself. But I got a big pile of scrap metal back behind there I got to get rid of. A couple pallets and a lot of rotten wood right there. And I'm just going to move it out of the way and light it on fire. But I did make a lot of progress today. You see the snow's still back there, right there. Still got snow in the pile. That's where we piled up all of it from the driveway. It's not quite all melted, but it's time to get some plants in the ground. I'm not going to do a huge garden this year, but since I bought the seed potatoes, I can't let them go to waste. I will be planting potatoes. Might be about all I plant this year. We'll see. We'll see how fast I can get this job done. You know, and how fast I can get that job done. Get it cleaned up. And see if I have time to get some seeds in the ground after that. Thank you for watching this edition of Not So Remote Alaska. And until next time, may God bless and keep each and every one of you. And with that, I am out.